So this is another video I want to make about a local tower. So can you guys guess what tower got an LED? That's right, it's our local Western Union Long Lines tower. So I remember this tower from my childhood because it's a local one. And it originally had the two big panels up at the top. As you see in this picture, the panels on the antennas. So that one there, the white thing looking, that's the panel on the other side of the tower. And this is the front panel. So I have no idea what two towers is communicated with, like in a different area. Because this is like on a different kind of Western Union tower. And I only have like every long lines tower in the United States located, like maps and everything. But yeah, I'm kind of crazy with the long lines because that's my favorite kind of tower network of its kind. So here's the tower I took, and the tower I took a picture of, that's the same tower. And as you notice, this tower has a modern incandescent at the top and a lightning rod by it. And if you was wondering, this tower sadly got an FTS 370 recently. It's a crappy LED. It has that weird flash and night mode. But only one set of the side markers work. There's two sets of side markers, and I'll explain why there is. But only one set works of it now, so it's pretty weird. But I'll tell you why there's two sets of side markers in a little bit. So here's the tower coming up from the road. Now I have filmed this tower on one of my first YouTube videos, like a Western Union Long Lines tower or something. I named the video, but if you check out one of my first videos, you'll see this tower, and I drove right by it as I filmed it. But anyways, there's the modern incandescent, and here's the here's the microwave dishes on them. I keep wanting to call them satellite dishes because I see them look kind of alike all the time. But this tower was built in 1976 because my dad remembers when they put it up because he was a kid growing up in the area. And I think maybe the tower originally had old school incandescents because I'm not sure how long modern incandescents were out, but they were out since like the late 70s or something. Because I was thinking maybe they came out in the 80s, but they were probably a little earlier than that. So here's the tower with its LED, the FTS 370, and there's the new lightning rod beacon. There's the beacon and there's the lightning rod, and there's the mobile antenna right there on the side of it. And here's a picture of when I visited the site right before its beacon replacement. So in this picture, the tower still has its modern incandescent, but I had no idea I was going to get one. Well, I mean, I was prepared for it to get an LED because the modern incandescent was burned out for a long time. And since the incandescents are being discontinued like every day or something, I had to guess if it was going to get an LED or not. So I was kind of prepared for it. Wait. Yeah. So anyways, here's the other angle of the tower, looking on the road from it. And there's the microwave dishes and the modern incandescent at the very top. So here's when I was on a site tour of the site. This guy was like climbing the tower or something, and he let me go on a tour through it. And he told me about all the antennas and the buildings it had below it. So I took a picture of the foundations of it so I can film it. And there's the FCC registration number on that sign that sticks to it. But anyways, I was actually on a site tour through here, and it's... Now here's what the tower looks like on street view. Yes, it has its panels, because I think the panels were removed from it in 2009. But I remember seeing one time we seen this tower in the distance when I was with my grandma. And I seen the tower in the distance and had the big panels on it. So I actually have a picture I want to show you guys of the history of its beacons. If I can find it here. So here's the beacon history it had. So in the first picture, you see the tower had two modern incandescents. One is halfway up the tower, and there's a set of sign markers here. And there's the modern incandescent at the very top. So I had to draw these beacons just to get a clear shot of the beacon history. Now, what do you guys notice changed in the second picture versus the first one? The modern incandescent about halfway up the tower was taken off. And I think maybe in 2017 or 18 is when they took that one off. And when it had its modern incandescent about halfway up the tower taken off, the one at the very top was burned out. And these two sign markers were the only things that were working on the tower. Because me and my dad drove by his tower at night, and there would only be two sets of sign markers on it working. And the modern incandescent was just burned out. And here's when the beacon's death happened. It got an LED. So there's the beacon history of the tower, but they used to have a modern incandescent about halfway up, then the side markers were moved more to the center of the tower. Now in this picture, it still has its top set of side markers, but only the bottom ones work now. So I'm just not sure if they did that just to say kind of one set, or if the top half is burned out. Because, like I said, when the top incandescent was burned out, I knew it was going to get an LED eventually, so, because the incandescents are discontinued.